next two speakers are folks that I've had a chance to organize with, be in community with. The first is Jasiri X. Jasiri is the first independent hip hop artist to be awarded an honorary doctorate, which he received from the Chicago Theological Seminary in 2016. This recognition grew out of the spiritual, political urgency, and artistic vision he shared on songs like Justice for Trayvon and Strange Fruit, class of 2013, which documented the unjust police killings of young Blacks in the millennial generation. Likewise, he has been deeply involved with the national movement for Black Lives, working with organizations like the Gathering for Justice, shout out to Mr. B and to Carmen Perez Jordan, Blackout for Human Rights, Justice or Else, Black Youth Project 100, and Sankofa. Still, he remains rooted in the Pittsburgh-based organizations he co-founded, the anti-violence group One Hood, as well as the New Media Academy, which teaches African-American boys how to analyze and create media for themselves. Jasiri emerged on the national scene in 2007 with the powerful hit song Free the Gen of Six and the groundbreaking internet video series This Week with Jasiri X, a program that reached millions of internet views. More recently, his critically acclaimed album Black Liberation Theology has been recognized as a soundtrack for today's civil rights movement. He has performed his music from the Smithsonian to the Apollo Theater and has discussed his views on hip hop, race, and politics at leading institutions across the nation, including Harvard University, the University of Chicago, NYU, Stanford, among others. Beyond this work nationally, Jasiri's focus on social change has also touched the global arena. In 2016, he was commissioned by the Open Society Foundation to travel to Colombia to create a film called War on Us with Grammy Award-winning hip-hop artist Rhymefest that highlights the international effects of US drug policy in South America, one of the most important political voices of his generation. In 2015, he received the USA Cummings Fellowship in Music, a Be Me Fellowship, and a Robert Rauschenberg Foundation Artist as Activist Fellowship. Jasiri X lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with his wife Celeste and their 3 children. I'm also told to also introduce Khalid Alexander of Pillars of the Community. Pillars of the Community is committed to embracing and celebrating the historic, rich, and diverse culture of Southeast San Diego. We strive to counter the criminalization of our community through community organizing, leadership development, and strategic partnerships. And our vision for a healthy, thriving Southeast San Diego, which reflects the rich and diverse culture of all of its members. And a little bit more about Professor Alexander. He comes from a long line of Americans who, despite the odds, have always worked for social justice and a better world. He pursued an MA in comparative literature at San Diego State University and became a Fulbright scholar in Damascus, Syria. In addition to being a full-time English professor, he spearheaded and chairs the annual Social Justice and Education Conference at San Diego City College. And so, wow, I'm now honored, blessed to bring on and welcome Jasiri X and Khalid. Welcome, y'all.
Hey. Can you hear us? Hey, what's up? Thank you for having us. Obviously, happy Born Day, Kuttin Kandi. Much love and appreciation for, such a legendary figure in hip hop. And what's up, Greg? How you been, man? You good?
So great to see you, man. So great to see you. I'm doing good. And even
you are the perfect host, man. You're like the perfect host, man. You got the energy, you got the spirit, you got the smile. You know what I mean? You got it.
Blessings. Thank you.
Khalid, what's up, brother?
Hey, man. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's up with you?
Hey, well, I just love that we're here celebrating DJ Kuttin Kandi's birthday together. She's the one who I think introduced us years ago. And so, it's a blessing to be able to share the screen with you and Gregory in this celebration.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember I was trying to think I want to say the first time I heard of Kuttin Kandi was from Invincible. when Invincible introduced me to the Anomalies. I think that's the first time. And then I think the first time we connected was when we were doing these conversations at NCORE, the National Conference of Race and Ethnicity around hip hop. So I want to say it was like Michael Benitez and those folks that actually put, us together. That's when I first maybe physically met Kuttin Kandi. And then of course, when my brother Khalid invited me to San Diego City College to speak, we were able to reconnect. And I feel like, I want San Diego to be my first home, but I feel like y'all supposed to look for a house for me, you know what I mean? But I definitely feel like it's a community, you know what I'm saying, that I have there. And Kuttin Kandi being a part of that community and being someone so entrenched in hip hop and breaking a lot of stereotypes, shattering a lot of glass ceilings in hip hop, as a Asian woman, but still being legendary and excellent at what she brings to the table. So happy birthday, Kuttin Kandi. Shout out to your whole family, and hopefully, maybe y'all can maybe after this I can come back to San Diego and maybe I can find me a place to live. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'll tell you what, you and everybody in San Diego is actually looking for a place to live.
I feel you.
This place, this place is no joke. But yeah, man. Hey, you know what? The first time I met Kandi, or at least saw her, was actually at a Trayvon Martin protest. And I was with a good friend of mine who's no longer in San Diego, Jess Jollett. And we pulled up, right? And this was kind of in the beginning of my more traditional civic engagement work. And so we pulled up, and Jess looks over and she goes, "Is that DJ Kuttin Kandi up there?" Right. And so, those of you who know me know that I'm not exactly the biggest kind of music aficionado, right? Like my wife and others still give me shit for not knowing who Destiny's Child was. This is like 2 years ago. But that was the first time I met her, and she was like, "Yeah, man, you have to look her up." And she gets mentioned by this women's punk band called La Tigre and stuff like that. And so I had to do my Google searches and everything. And I was like, man, this is kind of amazing. We have a legend living in San Diego, right? And one of the things that's clear about Kandi that is what makes me most proud to know her is her humility, man. Like the humility in every conversation you have with her, and every time we get up, she's always trying to figure out how she can help you and whatever movement or social justice issues you're pushing for, right? So I'm talking to her about a conference at City College, and she's like, "Oh, well, you need to hit up Jasiri X. Oh, well, you need to hit up this person. And so now, like, if there's somebody that I want to talk or someone that I'm interested in, I'll just be like, "Do you know this person?" And 9 times out of 10, she knows her.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we used to have, that's my friend. And sure, I'll shoot him a text or whatever. But the humility and the real love for people that she has is always impressive. She was in San Diego. She moved up to the Bay Area, which might be the only place that's actually more difficult to find housing in.
Very true. Very true.
Thank goodness, because she finally returned back to San Diego. And really, as soon as she came back to San Diego, man, she hit the ground running. And we wouldn't have the city that we have today if it wasn't for her presence here, and really kind of being somebody who defines what it means to be an ally. And I think the reason why she defines that is because she kind of transcends any type of category, any type of specific identity or anything. And she's just like, dude, we need to make this world a better place.
Absolutely.
And, again, in the whole lines of my being behind the ball when it comes to music and DJ and things. I remember, this is the last story that I'll give. And somebody said we were allowed to tell embarrassing stories. I don't know if that's still the case. I'm peeping at the chat, but we had an event called Paradise Hills. That's like in Paradise Hills, which is this big, huge event where that's led by Filipinos, and so the Filipino community comes out, and man, there was like tens of thousands. There were thousands and thousands of people who were out at this event. And I didn't know there were that many Filipinos in San Diego or in the United States or whatever, but there was people all over the place. We had amazing performance. I think Andra Day was out there, and all of a sudden it comes Kandi's turn to DJ. And, you know, I have friends that are DJ, and this is and they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. I love all of them. They got skills and everything. But man, this was the first time I saw somebody get in the stage and affect the mood and the vibe and the feelings of every single person that was out there. I don't remember what it was she said. I don't remember what it was, but I remember that immediately the entire vibe of that entire thousands and thousands of people turned to the stage and was just brought together like a magnet. And that's when I really understood how lucky we are, not only to have somebody with such humility, with such fierce kind of advocacy for social justice, but that was one of the most talented artists probably in the United States, who was willing to share that art, willing to share that passion. And then, you know, the last thing that I'll say is that we're living in crazy times, man.
True.
We're living in times that I think, like, if you were writing a dystopian novel, and you wrote some of the stuff that's happening right now, people would be like, that's crazy. That's not even.
Well, Octavia Butler wrote it. You know what I'm saying? And the Make America Great Again wrote it. You know what I'm saying? But keep going, bro. Keep going. Yeah.
That's what we living through, right? It's like science fiction. And I can't think of anybody that I would be more proud in these times to consider a friend, a comrade, and really a sister to help navigate the world that we're living in right now. So I'm just incredibly honored to know her. I'm incredibly honored to be able to speak and say a few things on her behalf. But man, what a blessing to have DJ Kuttin Kandi as a mutual.
The world needs people that have that spirit, that loving spirit, that wants to make the world a better place. But also, we need that. The DJ really controls, just like you said, controls the emotion, the mood, the party. You know what I'm saying? So the DJ kind of sets the tone, and you know what I'm saying? And when you're in the room with Kuttin Kandi, she always sets the tone in such a positive way. And so definitely, honored to be with you, my brother, and honored to build with and be able to, just take a few moments to say, Kandi, we love you, and have a wonderful, wonderful birthday.
Absolutely.
Love y'all so much. Thank you for being here.
We can go on, Kandi. I know in the instructions we had very limited what we're supposed to do or not do. So you're gonna have to kick us. You'll have to kick us on. I'm just getting started.
I thought you were gonna tell the story about that same Paradise.
I was waiting for the permission.
You go I thought you were gonna tell the time when I fell. I
was waiting for permission, because the other thing I know is don't make her mad, because she will out your ass on social media and make it so that nobody will ever talk to you again in your life. So I was waiting for the precursor to her completely turning, this entire scene and setting the tone and just showing kind of her powers over the DJ set was, we were walking along, and all of a sudden in this entire place, man, she took one of the largest falls I'd ever. It was like one of them cartoon falls where like the feet start moving first, and next thing you know, and I was like, oh shit, like this is not good, right? And you know what? She just got up, mud on one side, and I'm being like, oh man, but I guess she's not gonna perform, right? I guess the performance isn't gonna happen tonight. Man, I don't know how she pulled it off, but she somehow managed to get a Lyft or an Uber or a taxi or her husband or somebody drive her all the way home, change her clothes, and be back in like 3.5 minutes.
I took a shower the whole night.
3.5 minutes, man. But again,
wrestling thing. That's how muddy it was. And remember the day before I was saying I was gonna buy boots just for it.
Yep.
Oh my God, I know how muddy it was. But anyway, I love you both so much.
Love you too.
Thank you for being here.
Have a wonderful day.
Come out and visit Jasiri.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can't wait to come back.
Yeah, move over here. That's what we've been saying.
Yeah. We got to do that.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
See you guys.
Hey, sister.
Hi.
It's so good to see you.
I know it's so good to see all of you, you know.